Public property, such a harsh word. It is the most sophisticated word I can use. I cannot use a better word. You know, in America, today the statistics tell us, on average, a man has 8 different sexual partners before he settles down with one. Having mistresses in USA is very common. 5, 10, 20, 30, no problem. Having more than one legal wife, it doesn't go down their throat. When a woman is a mistress, she doesn't get her rights. She is dishonored. She is not treated well. In Islam, when a woman becomes the second wife, she gets her honor, she gets her right, she's treated well. Any modest woman, if you ask her, that would you prefer being a second wife of a man who is already married or become public property, they would opt for the first. So Islam has given permission for some men to have more than one wife to protect the modesty of the woman. Coming to your second question.
Is it allowed for ladies to marry 4 men?
Brother, you're asking counter question, the time is limited. You asked 2 questions, now you're asking a 3rd question. Are you convinced with the first answer?
I'm convinced with the first one.
MashaAllah, so you're convinced, okay. The brother asked that, is a woman allowed to have more than one husband? If you do that, this problem will be exaggerated more.
I mean in Muslims, in Muslims.
As it is, women are more than men. If women marry more than one husband, the problem will be exaggerated. Point number 1. Point number 2, if a man has more than one wife and if the child is born, you can easily identify who is the father, who is the mother. If a woman has more than one husband and if the child is born...
The DNA is still allowed.
Brother, let me finish the answer, na? You asked the question, was I interfering? Was I interrupting? Yes or no?
No.
No. So why are you interrupting? After I finish, you can ask, na? I'm a medical doctor. Are you a medical doctor?
No.
I'm a medical doctor. I know about DNA testing. I'll come to it. Once, if a woman has more than one husband, 2 husbands, and if a child is born, and if he goes to admit in the school, and if the question, who's your father, she'll have to give 2 names. You're talking about DNA testing. I know about it. DNA testing is recent. Was DNA testing there 50 years back? Was it there? No. It's a new recent discovery, yet it's not 100%. Even if I agree it's 100%, it is now, it wasn't there before. Islam is there since time immemorial. And this is not the only reason. Even if I agree tomorrow it becomes 100% perfect, this is not the only reason. Today science tells us that man is more polygamous in nature as compared to the female. Today science tells us that during menstrual cycle, the female undergoes certain psychological changes. It's not possible for her to do the role of multiple wives. But a man doesn't undergo these changes, it's possible for him to do a role of multiple husbands. Today science tells us that if a man has multiple sexual partners and all are faithful, there is no problem. But if a female has multiple sexual partners and all are faithful, there are chances of sexually transmitted diseases to emerge. And that disease will go back to the male partner. So medically, it is not acceptable.